So in Elden Ring, no matter what kind of player you are, there is a play style for everyone. I'm sure some of you guys like to run around with a great hammer and Oonga Boonga your way to victory, just as some of you guys like to sit back and blast comments at people. Personally, for me, I like to fight with some style. And if you're looking to fight with some style, I say look no further than the fist weapon class. There's a total of 9 fist weapons in the game, and I'm going to be trying each and every one of them just for you. You're going to get to see the best and the worst that this class has to offer, as well as the one weapon that made me fall in love with this game in the first place. But before any of that, we got to get to the round table. So the first fist weapon that I am targeting today is the Cestus, or Castus, or Cestus, however you want to say it. I'm going with heavy affinity, as well as Hoaraloo's Earthshaker, which if you are unfamiliar with that Ash of War, here it is. You can choose to do 1 shockwave or 2. And as for the basic fist weapon moveset, I mean, you just got a flurry of punches, man. Got the heavy attack string, pretty dope. Got the running light, as well as the running heavy. And the jumping light and the jumping heavy are pretty similar. Oh yeah, and then of course you have the rolling attack / crouching attack. Oh yeah, and real quick, we did just hit 20,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate all your support. Just keep it up, and videos will keep on coming. Okay, this is going to be an interesting matchup, because he has a lot of poise. But he is slow. Oh, I thought I spaced that. There we go. Dude, that's one of the wonkiest things I've ever seen in this game. Hey, good fight, dude. And there you have it. That is the normal Cestus. I still don't know how to pronounce this, but whatever. It is the most basic fist weapon that you can use, and I'm not saying that it's necessarily bad, but there are definitely better options out there, such as the Cestus's older brother, the Spiked Cestus. The differences between the two are that the Spiked Cestus weighs 0.5 pounds more and requires 2 more dex, but it does deal more damage and has innate bleed. And as for the moveset, it is literally the exact same as the normal Cestus. And that's actually the reason why I put on Barbaric Roar, because it gives you enhanced heavy attacks. And yes, each of the hits from the first part will combo, as well as the second part. Now, there are a couple weaknesses whenever it comes to using fist weapons. The first is obviously the range. If you're going up against somebody who can poke you out, or somebody who is light loading, it can get kind of rough. And also, if you're going up against high poise opponents, you can get traded into quite a bit. But obviously, fist weapons are insanely fast, and that makes them great for proccing status effects, such as bleed. Except I do no physical damage right now, which kind of sucks, but that's okay, as we're going for that bleed, baby. There we go. That's the bleed that we were looking for. Nope. Good fight. And there you go. Spike Cestus, basically the same as the normal Cestus, just really good for bleed builds and status effect builds in general. And speaking of bleed, there is another fist weapon that does have innate bleed, and that is the Star Fist. I'm going with Occult Affinity, so we're going to get a bit less bleed buildup than the Spiked Cestus, but overall more physical damage. Oh yeah, and the Ash of War that I'm using is Storm Stomp. And as for the moveset, the light attack string is the exact same as the last 2 fist weapons that we've seen. However, the heavy attack string is a little bit different. It's very weird. It honestly feels kind of stiff, especially the second attack. Oh, and if you're unfamiliar with Storm Stomp, here you go. It can basically just lead to guaranteed damage. It is very good on fist weapons for that reason, simply because once you stagger them with the Ash of War, you can kind of just wail on them. And I know some of you guys are maybe asking like, oh, should I use Bleed Affinity or Occult Affinity? And I really just think it comes down to preference. If you want to land status effects quicker, you know, you can always use Bleed. If you want more physical damage with slightly more status effects still, you can always use Occult. There we go. Good fight. God, dude, shield poke. If you have the tools to deal with it, it's really not bad. But sometimes it can be really rough to go up against. Well, actually, no, it's really not that hard to deal with because kick is a lot better now. So you can just easily break guard with it. And yeah, there you go. That's the Star Fist. It has the cool heavy attacks. It has the cool look, has the innate bleed. And I will say, like, anytime I use an occult build, I typically have the Star Fist on me. Just very, very reliable. All right, but next up we have the Qatar. I'm going with Lightning Affinity and Lightning Ram for the Ash of War. Now, the light attack moveset is slightly different than what we've seen so far. It actually ends in a thrusting attack instead of an overhead. The heavy attacks are different as well. You get these nice thrusting attacks. Now, the real kicker about the Qatar is the running light attack. This attack, literally, it's all you need to use on the weapon to win. Is it fun to do that? No, not necessarily. But seriously, you can win fights by just doing this. It's ridiculous. Oh, and if you are curious about Lightning Ram, here's what it looks like. Personally, one of my favorite Ashes of War in the game. And you just spam the Ash of War button to keep going. That's another thing you can just win fights with by just using it by itself. Lightning Ram is low-key overpowered, but we don't need to talk about that. All right, who we got? Drain. Hello. What is good? All right, dude, you ready to get Qatar'd? I'm gonna take you on Qatar Airways. Oh. Come here. Come here. Oh, dang it. Hiya. Hiya. Oh my god. Oh. Oh, that's actually cool. I think he's using a enchanted shot. Oh. Oh. Oh, good fight, Drain. God, I really can't refrain from using this attack a lot. It's just so good. And I actually have a quick bone to pick with this weapon. So FromSoft decided that this weapon should come with Impaling Thrust. However, whenever you go to the Ashes of War, you know, maybe try to actually equip Impaling Thrust and have an affinity on it as well, it is straight up not available. Like the Iron Ball, for example, comes with Braggart's Roar, and it's also equipable, so you can have an affinity on the weapon. I just don't understand why they didn't do that for the Qatar. Anyway, onto the Iron Ball. I'm rocking with Heavy Affinity and Braggart's Roar. This is the last non-enchanted fist weapon that we are using, and then we are moving on to the really, really cool stuff. And the moveset is the exact same as the Star Fist. You get the cool heavy attacks. And I just gotta say, this is one of the funniest looking weapons in the game. I mean, it's literally just 2 cast iron balls on your hands. And some of you guys may be unfamiliar with Braggart's Roar. It is basically like Barbaric Roar. You just get enhanced heavy attacks, except instead of like multi-hit attacks, you get big run-up attacks. Like that. Almost 900 damage there. Not bad. See if we can just hyper armor trade with this person. I don't think I can. Ooh, roll catch. I don't think I hit both of my fists though. Ooh, there we go. That's the trade I was looking for. Good fight. And yeah, I think Braggart's Roar is a perfect Ash of War for the Iron Balls. You know, as you saw there, big damage for fist weapons at least. I mean, dude, Braggart's Roar is just such a cracked Ash of War. It's ridiculous. And all right, we are done with the non-enchanted fist weapons. It's time to move on to the enchanted ones. And if you are enjoying the video so far, feel free to click the like. And if you want to see more content just like this, make sure to click that subscribe. Now, the first enchanted fist weapon that I am using is the Veteran's Prosthesis. This is just another one of my favorite weapons in the game. It is super, super badass. You get it from Commander Nile in Castle Sol. And this has the same light attack string as the Qatar, as well as the same heavy attacks. And this weapon's Ash of War is Storm Kick, and here is what it looks like. For that leap follow-up, you have to do the Ash of War and then a heavy attack. It is insanely satisfying to hit. It isn't like really practical or easy to land, but I'm telling you, whenever you do land it, it is just the greatest feeling. David Hume.
Hey! Hey!
Oh. There we go. No, damn it, dude. There we go. Okay. So I think if you hit the whole thing like in succession, like both hits of it, you're probably looking at what, 1100 to 1200 damage. Good fight. Dude, this running light attack is just so stupid. It's actually unbelievable. Easily one of the best roll catching tools in the entire game. Next, we are going full faith with the Cypher Pata. Has that nice A scaling in faith. And I really do love this weapon's Ash of War because it is insanely good against shield users. That is Unblockable Blade. It is basically like a holy version of Impaling Thrust. There's another variant of Unblockable Blade with the Coated Sword, if I'm not mistaken. And then the moveset is the same as the Katar, the Prosthesis. Also, I don't know why, but this feels like the softest backstep attack ever. Like, I feel like you're just grazing your opponent. You're like slightly caressing them with your weapons. All right, who we got? We have I'm Cold. Oh, Health and Steeple. Nice. A wise choice. Oh. Oh, that missed? Damn. So close. No way. I had a feeling they were gonna go for that. It's such a funny thing to hit people with. Oh, so close. Ooh, nice. Finish it off with the roll catch. We didn't really get a good idea of how much damage Unblockable Blade would actually do. So let's just see if we can hit it against somebody with a bit higher health. Okay, 765. Really not that bad, and this dude has good armor. Oh, BHS, huh? I see how you're moving. Ah, dude. I just take so much damage. But this is what I sacrifice for the drip. Oh. Hey, good fight, El Chapo. And like, I do think that the Cypher Pata on their own are good and perfectly usable, but I think the weapon kind of works better whenever you kind of have it in your pocket and you'll pull it out like mid-fight. Definitely a very, very useful weapon to have on you. Now, as for the second to last fist weapon of the day, we have the Grafted Dragon, which to me has always been a meme weapon, which makes sense because, you know, Godric is a total meme in the lore. Now, a couple things to note about this weapon. If you try two-handing it, you know, you would think you would get two of them, like every other fist weapon, but in fact, nothing happens. So if you want to power stance these, you actually have to get two of them, which does kind of suck. However, if you think about it, it really does make sense that they made it this way because, you know, whenever you fight Godric, it's not like he's power stancing them, so it would just make sense for it to stay as an offhand weapon. But yeah, if you use your normal power stance button, you will get the light attack chain. Then if you use your light attack or the heavy attack, you will just do one-handed attacks, which I'm sure is going to trip me up for a sec. And then the Ash of War Bear Witness is pretty cool. You do like this fire drag thing into an explosion that makes a bunch of embers rain down. Here, I'll just show you. All right, who we got here? Melanus Simp. Hello. All right, I'm about to beat you to death with 2 dragon heads. Oh yeah, look at that fat chip damage. Jesus, dude. This feels so clunky to use. Oh, nice. Okay, see, there's the damage I was looking for. Around 700 from the Ash of War alone. And got some extra hits off there. We're so low, Melina Simp. And now you are dead. Good fight. I like your build, by the way. And I mean, yeah, there you have it. Would I recommend using the Grafted Dragon? No, I really wouldn't, unless you just want to goof around and have some fun. Like, it's definitely a fun weapon to use, and I also wouldn't worry too much about getting 2 of them. If anything, just mess around with it as an offhand weapon. And I do think that it could come in handy here and there, but personally, I'm still just not the biggest fan. All right, now we are officially on to the final fist weapon of the video. And in the intro, I did mention that we would be using a weapon that made me fall in love with this game in the first place. And that weapon is the Clinging Bone. You got B scaling in Dex, C in Arcane, and E in Strength. And the Ash of War that comes on it is Lifesteal Fist, and this is easily, without a doubt, my favorite Ash of War in the game. And it's basically exactly how it sounds. You jab your fist into somebody, and you steal their life. As you can see, it has some wind up to it. It is a bit tricky to get used to, and I'll just tell you this. You need to be able to space out weapons. You have to be able to really nail your spacing, because if you can't, you're going to get punished a lot for trying to go for it. And the idea is, you want somebody else to whiff on an attack, so you can punish them with Lifesteal Fist. That's the main way to do it. There are other ways too, like if somebody likes to roll into you to try to bait out attacks and stuff, you can just roll catch them as they roll into you. That's another scenario. But it really just depends on your spacing. Can you get a good feel for your opponent early in the match? Like, I think this is going to be kind of rough. Yes, there we go. We got it, baby. Good fight, Johnny. And that is what it looks like whenever you hit Lifesteal Fist. Super satisfying. Obviously, you get lifesteal, which is insanely clutch. It can completely turn the tide of a fight. And Lifesteal Fist actually used to be a lot worse than it is now, but after a series of buffs, it is actually usable, thank God. And there you go. Those are the fist weapons of Elden Ring. I guess I could have technically included claws because they're sort of similar. I don't know. That'll probably be another video. But feel free to comment down below what your favorite or least favorite fist weapon is. And a quick reminder, if you enjoyed the video, press the like, and if you want to become a fellow monker today, you can click that subscribe and that noti bell. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, thank you for 20,000 subscribers. You guys are the best. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.